Yes. So finally, children, we understood about the coal formation and all, and let us see the advantages and disadvantages of coal. Okay, coming to the advantages, extensively available. This is available well, and then efficient the conversion to electricity. It is the better conversion to the electricity. And the next, if we see about the polluting source, so one of the disadvantages, polluting source, so it pollutes the environment, and then bulky to transport, so for the transportation purpose it is quite difficult. Okay, hope you guys understood, right? The advantages and even the disadvantages. Advantages means it available bulk, the abundantly available, and it's a easy source, we can convert into electricity. But coming to the disadvantages, it pollutes more environment, and then it is quite difficult for transportation. And then next we'll see about the petroleum. Next we'll see about the petroleum. It is also kind of conventional source of energy. Okay, see, petrol keeps your car running, as we know that, of course, it may be our any vehicles, it keeps our vehicles running. And it's the oil that keeps your cycle from the squeaking. Both began as a the thick black liquid called petroleum. So you people understood, right? It helps for the running of our vehicles. Okay, and that's the oil that keeps your cycle from the squeaking. What do you mean by squeaking, children? So squeaking means making the sound. It avoids even the making the sound from of your vehicles. And even both began as a thick black liquid called petroleum. So that black the thick liquid will be called as a petroleum. Okay, see here, found between the layers of rocks and is drilled from oil fields located in offshore and coastal areas, sent to refineries which process the crude oil and produce a variety of products like diesel, petrol, kerosene, wax, the plastics and lubricants. Okay, children, as we know, we have seen in the beginning only, there are different methods of extraction of minerals. Okay, so coming to petroleum products, guys, coming to petroleum products, here we are using the method called drilling. Okay, we are using the method called drilling. Okay, so what happens usually, as we know, this petroleum product will be found between the layers of the rocks. Okay, so finally what they'll be doing, they'll be drilling this from the oil fields which will be located near the offshore or the coastal areas. Okay, so once it has been done, drilling has been done, okay, what happens that time, even in the mining also we saw that when we take that ores, for example iron ore or anything, so we'll not be using that directly. Yes or no, children? So same way here also petroleum, what they'll be doing, once the drilling has been done, they will send that to the refineries to refine it. So what happens, once they get all together, they'll be just getting the oil together. But later, once they go to the refineries, they'll start segregating those into different products. Okay, the varieties of products. So what are those products? Like diesel, petrol, kerosene, or it may be like a wax, and then plastics and lubricants, vaselines. Okay, the different products they will be bifurcating. Okay, and then petroleum and its the derivatives are called black gold, as they are very valuable. So as we know, the petrol is a the very costly petrol, diesel, even kerosene and all those things. So that is the reason they are considered as a black gold, because they are quite valuable and they are pretty costly. Okay, hope you guys understood right about the petroleum. Okay, and we'll see the chief petroleum producing countries, where and all we can see the petroleum producing countries. One, it is Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia and Qatar. Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia and Qatar. The other major producers are, apart from these four countries, other major producers are USA, Russia, Venezuela and Algeria. Okay, and the leading producers in India are Big Boy in Assam, Bombay, High in Mumbai and the deltas of Krishna and Godavari rivers. Okay, so the maximum this petroleum products and all we used to import from other countries, children. Okay, we are not sufficient in producing or we are not sufficient in holding this petroleum products. Okay, and we'll see some, the next we'll see the natural gas. Okay, we have seen about petroleum and then we'll see about the natural gas. Okay, the natural gas found with petroleum deposits released when crude oil is brought to the surface. So how they'll be finding this natural gas, children? Yes, so this natural gas is also found with the petroleum deposits. Okay, natural gas also found with petroleum deposits and it released when crude oil is brought to the surface. So when the crude oil comes to the surface, then it will be released, used as a domestic and industrial fuel. So how they are using this natural gas? For even domestic and even for the industrial purpose they are using this fuel. Okay, natural gas as we are using it. Okay, see, hope you guys understood right. We understood about the petroleum. Even this natural gas found with petroleum deposits. Okay, natural gas also found with petroleum deposits. And when it releases, when the crude oil goes or brought to the surface, then this will release. Okay, and we are using this natural gases for domestic purpose and even for the industrial fuel. Okay, see, the major producers of natural gas, where and all we can see the natural gases are produced. Here it is in Russia, Norway, United Kingdom and the Netherlands. Okay, Russia, Norway, United Kingdom and the Netherlands. In India, Jaisalmer, Krishna Godavari Delta, Tripura and some areas offshore in Mumbai have natural gas resources. Okay, so even this petroleum and natural, we are not sufficient producers, children. Okay, and then let us see the advantages and disadvantages of both petroleum products and even the natural gases. Okay, see here. The advantages of this petroleum oils are easier to transport through the, we can see through, yes, the, the tankers it will be transporting, and basis of petrochemical industry. So it helps for the even the job, the employment opportunities also. And coming to the natural gas advantages, let us see, easier to transport. So through the pipeline we can see it is transferring, and then cleaner than oil and coal. Okay, it is quite clean than compared to the oil and coal. Okay, and then cheaper than oil. Compared to oil, it is quite cheaper. Okay, and coming to the disadvantages, depletion of oxygen due to oils, the spillage and gas leakage. So what happens? Oxygen is reducing. So finally, the lack of oxygen that we can see, the pollutants released cause acid rain. So due whatever the pollutants it is releasing out of this oil and the natural gases, it may cause the acid rain also, and exploration of new fuel is not easy. Okay, so the exploring of the new fuel is also not easy. Okay, hope you guys understood the advantages and disadvantages of both natural gas and the petroleum. And next we can see that is tidal power. Yes, rainwater or river water stored in dams. So usually we know that, recently that's a flood was there, okay, even in Karnataka, Maharashtra portions and all. Okay, so what they'll be doing, we'll be storing that water in some dams. So the falling water flows through pipes inside the dam over turbine blades placed at the bottom of the dam. So what happens, the water will be stored, and that water will be falling from the high places on the turbines. Okay, the turbine blades which will be on the ground, bottom of the dam. So the moving blades then turn the generator to produce electricity. So once the water will be falling from the high places, and the turbine blades will start moving. So that what happens, it will turn the generator to produce the electricity. So that is called as hydroelectricity. Hope you guys understood, right? So here the one more thing, children, the hydroelectric power, the generation and all is basically a conventional sources of energy. Even sometimes when it is more than 25 megawatts, okay, then it will be considered as a non-conventional. So basically it is conventional source. Okay, yes. The water discharged after the generation of electricity is used for irrigation. So as we know, so what happens, this, when we are producing this hydroelectric power, we are using this for the irrigation purpose, and 1/4 of the world's electricity is produced by tidal power. So the maximum whatever we are using for our the house purpose, domestic purpose and all, and even the maximum whatever we are using the electricity, it is produced maximum by tidal power. Okay, and the leading producers of tidal power in the world, in the whole world, that is Paraguay, Norway, Brazil and China. Okay, and coming to the India, the important tidal power stations in India are, one, it is Bhakra Nangal. Okay, these are all the dams we can see. Bhakra Nangal, Gandhi Sagar, Nagarjun Sagar and Damodar Valley projects. Okay, and then we'll see that the advantages and disadvantages of tidal power. One, it is coming to this is non-polluting, and the one more, it is promotes irrigation and fishing. Of course, it helps for the agriculture and even for the fishery purpose, and it's quite cheaper than compared to the other things. And coming to the disadvantages, displacement of local community. Of course, when they are starting with the huge the big dams or the hydroelectric power stations and all, of course they have to relocate the people who will be residing there. Yes or no? So they have, that is one of the big problem or the disadvantage. And inundates low and then expensive to set up. So in the beginning when they are setting up, it will be quite expensive. Okay, yes children. Then if we come to the recapitulation, guys, the first question, explain about the conventional sources of energy. You have to explain about each sources of energy. Okay, very briefly, not in detail, at least briefly you have to explain. And then what are the advantages and disadvantages of petroleum and natural gas? So you have to explain about the advantages and even the disadvantages of petroleum and the natural gas. Okay, okay children, hope you guys understood about the concepts. If any doubts, guys, feel free to contact me. Okay, I'm there to help you out. All the best. Have a nice day. Study well, children.